Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. You know what it is, you know what I'm being, you know what it is. This is gonna be a quick one because I'm tired, and to be honest, this is my second time recording this shit. But don't tell nobody though. Thank y'all for tuning in again. Y'all been showing me a lot of love recently. I love y'all. You know, I hope people got salty about my last video because I meant every word I said, and I'm not taking it back at all. Just real quick, I love basketball. I watch basketball every day when the season started, and also I've been watching every playoff game. Donald Trump, stop ruining basketball by trying to be a part of it. You're fucking lame. Anyway, let's just get straight to this. I saw a post on Twitter where it was saying there's only 3 rap albums that have ever been on the Billboard Top 200 for like how long? 500 weeks, I think. It's like some crazy ass number. Let me see. 600 weeks. It's 600 plus weeks. It's Good Kid, Mad City, 2014 Forest Hills Drive, and Take Care. Of course, it's from the Big Three because the Big Three ran the 2010s, and they still kind of do run a lot of shit. And a good way, since I started speaking about basketball, a good thing that I like think about when it comes to the Big Three is kind of like, I think about it like they're LeBron, Curry, and KD. Because regardless of anything, they could all three be out of their primes. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but they could all three be out of their primes. But no matter what, when they drop, everybody's on it. Everybody wants to see it. They are still the most popular. They are still the most like influential within whatever field they're on because of what they've done in the past. And that's what I will say about these 3. But I'm going to talk about some of the great stuff they've done in the past. First things first, let's talk about some Take Care. Take Care is one of my favorite Drake albums of all time. I really do enjoy this. There was a point in time where I said it was my favorite, period. I said it was my favorite. I'm not going to pull up deluxe versions. I'd rather just have, you know, regular. What the fuck? I'm sorry. This shit is bothering me. Because it's talking about some number 47 Drake's Take Care. I don't want to listen to the fucking radio. I want to see the normal version of it. Man, whatever. We just go do the deluxe. Everything about this album fits what Drake was in 2011. The R&B mix, because he came up mainly as an R&B musician who can rap. And also, he has a lot of good rapping performances, like the way he raps on Over My Dead Body. For the time period, Headlines is great. Has it aged? For sure, but it is great. Crew Love is a great song. Take Care with Rihanna is great. Marvin's Room is a classic for motherfuckers who was sad back in the day. Same thing for Shot For Me, because Shot For Me, that's the one we used to play a lot. If you know, you know. But yeah, dude, that shit was... And he also has a lot of great rapping performances on songs like Cameras, Lord Knows with Rick Ross, Hell Yeah, Fucking Right. These are a lot of great songs by Drake. The Motto is a bonus track. That's crazy because that was probably the biggest song of the year at that time because it went like, that shit just like, it caught on at the right time and it fit the time period so well that if you played it right now, people would look at you like this unless they were really popping during that time. Like if you was really outside during this time, you're like, oh yeah. That just off the fact that it bring back memories. I'm not at all saying it's still a good song, but it does bring back good memories. And this album, in case you didn't know, all these albums, in my opinion, are 10 out of 10s. These are my favorite albums of all time. And I will say that this is not my favorite Drake album, though. I've had this discussion with myself, this internal discussion with myself since I was 10. That sounds like I'm fighting demons, but no, I was not 10 when I was thinking about this. But ever since like 2020, I've kind of been flip-flopping between 3 albums. Nothing Was the Same, If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and Take Care as my top 3 Drake albums. And I feel like If You're Reading This Is Too Late has more staying power for me because it is my favorite type of like Drake rapping performance I've ever seen, where it comes to like him actually being himself on a rap album. Because at this current point of his career, he thinks he's fucking Tony Soprano, and it's annoying. I understand he's a lot of money, and he's like scorned or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but it still bothers me. I don't think that this is really who he is as a person, and I feel like on If You're Reading This Is Too Late, to be honest, on every album prior to Scorpion, in my opinion, he was more so being himself. And then for some reason, he just kind of lost that a bit and thought he was a big bad motherfucker. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I feel like, actually, I do feel like the Meek Mill beef brought it up a lot for him. He felt kind of untouchable. And then after that, when he had that issue with X, and then he just continued to feel like, oh yeah, I'm at the top of the world, man. I'm untouchable, man. Y'all not doing shit about me. No, bro. No, bro, you're not untouchable. You try to like this is gonna sound crazy. You tried to fight with a god, like J Cole for sure, an amazing rapper. I'm not at all trying to discourage him or like say that he's bad or like discount what he's done in rapping. I'm gonna talk about one of my favorite albums of all time of his in a moment. He tried to have a rap battle with J Cole, with Kendrick Lamar. Like I bring it up all the time because it's just so shocking to me that he had the balls to try that shit. He really like he was really trying to do that. He was not trying to fix the beef. He thought he really had a chance to beat him in a rap battle. Not even fucking close, bro. Like not even close. I hate when people even try to discuss that shit. It's not even a debate to me. But this album is amazing. I will give him that. This is a great album and I'll forever love it because I have such great endearing moments with that and like memories with it for sure. Up next though, we're gonna talk about 2014 Forest Hills Drive. The track list is like banger after banger after banger. January 28th, Wet Dreams, '03 Adolescence, A Tale of Two Cities, Fire Squad, St. Tropez, GOMD, No Role Models, Hello, Apparently, Love Yours, Note to Self. Not a miss. Not a miss. Like, I'm being serious. He does not have a single miss on this album. Now, I understand why people would say something like Wet Dreams is a miss, but that shit is like... I'm gonna choke up here. Ice. Oh, fuck. Wet Dreams at the time was a really good, like, basic storytelling song of J. Cole's, while also, like, being kind of humorous and relatable. That's, like, my best way of describing this song. It's really fucking relatable because there's always been a time, at least during my like adolescent time when I was like in middle school or like early high school, where you're just lying about yourself. You lying on your dick. It's like I remember I had friends who was like, yeah, bro, you know, I had 13 girlfriends. I was just at this girl's crib. Brother, you have a bedtime. What the fuck are we lying for? Like, but that's just the type of shit we want to impress not only ourselves but like other people and girls and shit, and we thought it would really work, and then it shows situations where you actually get there and you don't know what you're doing. And he got lucky in that situation because the girl also didn't know what she was doing. But that's why I think that song really blew up, because it's very catchy and also very relatable. Everything else though is heaters, bars, amazing. GOMD is one of my favorite fucking songs, genuinely. And this album has what a lot of like later J. Cole albums don't have for me, and it's staying power. I'm not at all trying to be disrespectful to albums like KOD or like the off season stuff like that. His most recent album, what's it called, The Fall Off, is really good. I enjoy that a lot, and I have listened to it a lot recently, and I've continued to listen to it throughout the year. But albums like I just said, KOD, off season, what's the other one he dropped, bro? Fire Drill? No, fuck, what's it called? I forgot, because I didn't really like I said, it just didn't stick with me. He had good performances, but they weren't like out of the ordinary for him. Like the singles had more staying power than the albums. Like Port Antonio had more staying power. Clouds was like something that really put me back into it. I'm like, yeah, I hope this next album sounds like this, which luckily it did. But at this point of his career in 2015, I feel like this is the peak of his powers, and he has his J Coleisms where he makes songs like Love Yours that are very corny. And I can understand why somebody would say it is corny. But at the time, it wasn't even really a J. Coleism. He was just making a song that had to do with, you know, loving the people around you, not being so obsessed with wealth and, you know, the shiny things and jewels and glam. And like shit like that now from J. Cole is viewed as very corny. But at the time, it was like, okay, he has something more to say than just rapping and shit like that. And we got some more of that on For Your Eyes Only, which I do also debate as my favorite J. Cole album. I really do enjoy For Your Eyes Only. I feel like it's a very concise, like clear, and like crisp ass album. I think it works in the way it's supposed to work, and everything is exceptional except for Fold Close, because that song is very hard to get through for me. And the reason why I say that is because he sounds like he's making a commercial, in my opinion. And that's the same way I feel about like Love Yours. I feel like he's on stage doing a TED Talk, but it's a really fucking good TED Talk that I want to keep watching. So I do still love that song if it's still played. And I also love the live version of that song. But that is what began like the like the J. Cole hate at one point. But I love this album, man. I have nothing real bad to say about it. It is extremely listenable still to this day. Has not aged a fucking moment. Shout out to him, bro. Real shit. But last, absolutely not least, Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. The first time I listened to this song, I was 12 years old. I was blown away. Like, I'm being honest. I said song, sorry, this album, I was blown away. Everything works so clear, works so well together. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe being the second song. It gets you in a mode of like, okay, he got some bangers on it, yes sir. And then it goes to Backseat Freestyle, some hard shit. I love that rap song to this day, one of my favorite rap songs of all time. Art of Peer Pressure, a great storytelling song, very underrated in my opinion. I feel like people don't talk about the Art of Peer Pressure enough when it comes to Kendrick songs that have to do with that sort of like ideology and imagery. The way that he has people like in this album throughout it, they're just talking in the background, having conversations in like the hood environment is very cool, and I really do enjoy it a lot. The Art of Peer Pressure is great. Money Trees is great. J-Rock's fucking performance is amazing. Poetic Justice has always gonna stand the test of time as a great an amazing actually feature of Drake and Kendrick. Probably the last one we're ever gonna get for a very long time, but it's still an amazing song. Swimming Pools did numbers. Amazing party song. A great song, of course. Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Best song of all time. It's the best song of all time because people forget about the Dying of Thirst part and how it coincides with the Sing About Me part. Sing About Me is him talking about people who feel like they did not do enough in life and they have passed away. And then he also speaks about his connection with them and how he's going to continue to sing about them and make music about them so they can continue to be remembered and heard. And then the Dying of Thirst part is just him going back to being a badass kid. Bad. I'm telling you. And one of my favorite bars from Kendrick is on this album. It's, oh my God. Fuck, I can't get it. I can't say it right now because I want to get it perfectly correct. I don't remember exactly what song it's on. I promise, comment it on this video to remind me, even put a timestamp so I can remember to come back and then tell y'all the lyric I'm thinking about because I'm tripping. I really am. This is on par with To Pimp a Butterfly for me. Obviously, it's not as funky. It's definitely not as funky, but it is an amazing album. I love everything about it, truly. There are some lowlights, like I don't like Real featuring NOIs as much, but it's not a terrible song. I'm about to listen to this shit when I get off this video. I ain't gonna lie. I've been listening to a lot of R&B recently, though, y'all. You know, busy, man. Got a lot of shit going on. I like to just chill out, vibe, listen to some shit that's talking about fucking and all that. I'm sorry for cussing a lot in this video, by the way. I will stop doing that very soon. But I will be listening to this after. And my ranking for these albums is number one, in case you couldn't tell, Good Kid, Mad City, pretty easily. 2 and 3, they're very hard for me to get because I've had a lot of conflicting feelings about both these albums. And I'm not saying like I started to dislike them. I just have had conversations on if they are my favorite album from this artist. For example, like I said before, I've been thinking about if For Your Eyes Only is better than 2014 Forest Hills Drive. And I've also just had this conversation in my head that if like Take Care is better or worse than Nothing Was the Same and If You're Reading This Is Too Late. That 3-album run by Drake is great. I do really enjoy it. And I think that my favorite Drake album is If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Like I said before, the replayability is insane. But that doesn't take anything away from Take Care. And I do think that 2014 Forest Hills Drive is better than For Your Eyes Only right now, in my head. But it might change next video, I ain't gonna lie. But when it comes to Take Care and 2014 Forest Hills Drive, I think the better album is 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Really close though. Not at all me saying anything disrespectful about Take Care. I think Take Care is an amazing album. It did what it's supposed to do, and it did it great. And it outdid every expectation I had for it when I first listened to it. 2014 Forest Hills Drive is just fucking different, man. I have to give it all the love and all the respect it deserves. Thank y'all for tuning into this video. See y'all next time, and peace.